So I just saw the release date for Ghost of Yōtei, which is October 2nd, 2025. So we knew the game was coming out this year. Some of us speculated that it could potentially be coming out during the summer, something like that, but they opted with a fall release. Ghost of Yōtei also dropped a new trailer with this release date, and it just showed a little bit more of the story. Now, one thing that I want to mention before this video goes on too long, there was, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't have a script in front of me, I don't have the research in front of me or anything like that, but if I'm not mistaken, the reason that Atsu was chasing these people, this revenge story that she was on, is because they killed her husband and her children. If I'm not mistaken, they killed her family, they burned down her house, and she survived, and she was out for revenge. But in this flashback that we see of Atsu, I would assume, because she's wearing yellow, she's wearing the same garments, kind of. In this flashback that we see in the trailer, it like flashes back from her present day to her past, and she looks much, much younger. Like, I would say that she looks, like, from that very first clip that I saw, she looks like she might be like 14, 15, 16 years old. She looks like a teenager or even a kid rather than an adult. So it doesn't make sense that it was her husband and her, children that got killed, because it seems like this happened many, many, many years ago. And I kind of debate this because one of the antagonists, one of the people that she's hunting in the flashback, tells her, "I'm really sorry, little wolf."
I'm sorry. It came to this, little wolf.
You would say that to a kid. You would say that to a small person. You would say that to somebody that's younger. If you killed their family or if you, did some crazy shit, you would apologize to them and you would say, "I'm sorry, little wolf." If she was a grown woman and they killed her husband and her children, he probably would have said something like, "I'm sorry, miss. I'm sorry, madam. I'm sorry, lady." He wouldn't call her a little wolf because she's a grown-ass woman with children and a husband. So that's something that I found a little bit weird. And unless they used she was out for revenge because they killed her husband and children, or her husband and her family, as like a diversion to what was really going on, or my mind is fucking failing me already and they never said that and I assumed that that's what they said. That could have also happened. But I wanted to point that out because I thought that was an interesting detail and kind of points us into the direction of where this game is going to be, when the story is going to take place, how it might take place over, a span of 10, 15, 20 years, things like that. But the gameplay looks good, looks smooth. The cinematics look good, look smooth. It reminds me of a lot of Ghost of Tsushima. Honestly, it's going to be very similar. The sword fighting, the blood, the gore, even the character models. We see a little bit more of what's going on in the background. Like, she's riding her horse and you see like this color of blue leaves on the ground, and that reminded me a lot of Ghost of Tsushima and one of their trailers and stuff like that. So the game is going to be very similar, but it's beautiful, it's colorful, it looks really, really good. I can just tell that the story itself is going to be awesome. I can tell that the voice acting is going to be awesome. I can tell that the cinematics are going to deliver. I can tell that it's just going to be a very good story-driven campaign, at least from what I see. I mean, I could be very wrong and it could be ass, but I'm not going to sit here and just compare it to Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, No, it's its own thing. It's, set in that same world, and I'm excited to see what happens. And I'm sure there's going to be a tie, a connection, a mention of the legendary Jin Sakai. I bet there's going to be one. So I'm excited to see that as well. And another thing, Atsu looks kind of bad. In the trailer, at least, she looked pretty fucking cute. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend she fucking didn't. Like, the character model looks good. It looks like a pretty little thing. I don't know. I don't know. It looks good. I'm excited to play as her and see what happens. I'm very, very excited. This wasn't on my bucket list for 2025. I didn't expect to play Ghost of Yōtei. I didn't expect to play as Atsu, but everything that we've been getting about the game so far is pretty cool. Bar some of the comments about the actress, but I'm not even gonna get into that shit. Whatever. That's a completely different thing. Like, I'm concentrated on the game, the story, and what I'm receiving. Honestly, it looks pretty fucking cool. And I love Ghost of Tsushima, and I got a feeling that I'm gonna love Ghost of Yōtei as well. And I was excited to get news on that and finally get an update, so I wanted to share it with you guys.